All right, the New York Times says she may be the most dominant athlete in the world, shattering records on the World Cup skiing circuit this year. And with Olympic medals to her name, Mikaela Shiffrin is the new face of American ski racing. And we're not going to embarrass her at all by listing all of those awards that she's won. But Mikaela, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it.
Thank you. I'm so excited.
So since we are here at Yahoo Finance, I do want to ask you about all of the athletes who have tried to figure out what to do with money that they get from sponsorships, from various honors that they get. And so I wonder, I know that you're still earlier in your career, but how much that is part of the equation and what you think about?
I mean, I think as soon as you start making money, that needs to be, before you make money, that needs to be something you think about for everybody. But certainly, you know, being an athlete, I'm not necessarily educated in finance, you know, so I definitely have help. My parents have helped me. I have financial advisors who help, but it's, I think that's definitely an important thing. I mean, when you talk about understanding money and how it can help you, and how it can be just something that you need to understand. It's just as easy for, you know, an athlete like myself if I don't understand the income that I have, and especially for me, having to pay taxes not only in the U.S. but also in Europe, and how that works. It's complicated, and it's a whole. All of it, the all-encompassing kind of topic that is finances.
We're going to keep talking about finance, but I got to ask you, what is it like during a slalom when you are focused on that moment? Because it's the same kind of focus you need when you plan other things in your life, but what's that like for you? Because we're watching you here going at incredible speeds, and I'm curious what's going through your head.
You know, I think oftentimes I'm thinking, don't fall. No, actually, I'm not trying not to think, but it's sort of instinctual thoughts. So that's why I train, you know. This is actually video footage from a training day. And when I train so much so that when I'm racing, I can sort of let instinct take over. And I like to kind of say that if you're thinking enough to know that you're thinking, then you're not going fast enough. So you have to. It's very much instinct, and the thoughts kind of come in one part of your brain and just fly out the other, and it's I don't know, that's kind of what, you know, people talk about being in the zone.
Do you think you can train, you know, all of us, whether we're athletes or not, to get in the zone when it comes to our finances?
Well, I probably can't. But you know, somebody who knows more about finances probably can. No, I mean, I think there's always something to be learned about that sort of zone, whether you're an athlete, whether you're a pianist, whether you're, you know, in finance. There's a zone that everybody needs to be able to get into to perform the best in their avenue.
I always find it interesting when you look at other competitions, you know, that are not athletes, or when athletes compete in that, just the competitive mindset is so much higher. Going back to the question that Julie asked, though, in terms of sort of managing your money, obviously a lot of that money comes in from sponsorships, and I imagine given your win streak, you've got a lot of offers coming on the table. Do you have a checklist? I mean, what do you think about when you think this is the brand that I'm going to represent?
I think it's not a long checklist, but for sure, you do have to be authentic. And I think the probably biggest, maybe the only thing on my checklist is, does this match what I believe in? Does this company, the values of this company, align with my beliefs? You know, one of my sponsors is the pasta company Barilla, and I've been partnered with them for 7 years now, since really since my first year on the World Cup circuit, my first year skiing professionally, essentially. And you know, they value healthy living, an active lifestyle, you know, the importance of family. Being an Italian-based company, family is important, all these things. So it's important just to make sure that you're aligned with something that you actually believe in, and that it goes with kind of your core values, and then it's simple. But I think all too often athletes align with brands that it's sort of like you go pro, and then you start, like, all the lights and cameras are flashing, and you get offers, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna make money, and then it's sort of a trap you can fall into, because you want the easiest thing, you want what's gonna come now, but if it doesn't work with you and who you are as a person, then it's not going to have any longevity.
Well, a lot of us look up to you. We wish you continued success, more medals, more, world championships. But we have to say goodbye now. Mikaela Shiffrin, thank you.
Thank you.